Closed qualifier. We are in the middle of the lower bracket matchup here between Third Impact and ATK. We just came off the back of Mirage, or Inferno rather, picked by Third Impact and won by Third Impact in the full 30 rounds. Now we shift into ATK's pick, and we're shifting into a very aggressive pistol round here, Anthran.
But it's not going too well. Insane, the sheriff in town shows why, picks up 2 with the Dualies Walker to add onto the tally, and it looks like this one should just be out as quickly as it was in. Dualies looking for a third. Now it's all up to Mistim in the 1 versus 5. Bomb dropped in CT's hands. And, you know, pretty dominant pistol to kick us off here on Nuke. The map pick, therefore, of ATK. When we saw them against Triumph on it, I mean, they had a good start on their T side, right? Going up 5-0, ended up winning the half 8-7, but it does not look like that's going to be the start here, at least, you know, for the boys at ATK. I think we saw Third Impact with a pretty dominant lead when it came to Inferno, right? It was like 8-1, 9-1, something like that. I don't know. Again, it was just a big margin for Third Impact to have in their favor to start off Inferno. Will that happen again? Well, let's find out. The pistol round may be the dictator of that, and if it's anything to go off of, then I'd say yes.
Remember, this is do or die, as I said. Maybe you didn't hear it because it was just such an explosive start. This is the lower bracket game, which means whoever loses this match is eliminated from the DreamHack Open North American Closed Qualifier altogether, and that would just be a disaster for either of these teams. Getting Joris towards Ramp. How's he able to get 3 kills with the FAMAS? Great work coming through from him. Only 1 left remaining. He will end up faltering as well. And Third Impact, well, they're going to be very happy with the start that they've had here on Nuke. Both times just shutting down the relentless aggression coming through from ATK.
Do you know why he was able to get 3 on the FAMAS?
Because he was in a really good position. He's been practicing very hard, shooting his bots.
Because the FAMAS is goated, baby!
I never had any clue that's where you were going with that, Ant.
Never.
No, that wasn't obvious.
We've never chatted before, so like
no, this is actually a first. Good to meet you, mate.
Yep. Yeah, man, it's awesome.
ATK, well, they've been introduced to some AKs. They got rifles across the board here. A bit of a bonus round for Third Impact, Ant.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about winning at this point. Well, at least in this round, it's just about doing damage, shutting down the economy from them. But not gonna be able to do that in the early round. His threats, I believe, FAMAS, yeah, it's already been taken down. Great. He wants to get some info on what's going on in lobby. Dangerous trades back out into the 4 versus 4. Now they should know about where this site take is going to be going on. They lost outside control. They have lobby and they've defended ramp. That kind of should leave in the back of their minds that there's only one place ATK can go. Now they're going to finally read on to it. The bomb site is soon to be under siege. They've actually yet to punch in the numbers. Molotov to actually, I think, go in and potentially deny the bomb plant. No, Dangerous is still wielding that $600 piece of utility. Nobody's got a pin prime just yet. And Modem's going to hold for the vent drop. I assume all of them are going to be coming in from the ramp side, but they're going to take this fairly quickly because as time ticks on, it's not going to be the greatest of opportunities. Only a flashbang to go around on the T side and a lot of defensive positions from them. A little bit of map control to work with as well. They have a man in Squeaky, a man in Double. So, I don't know. Third Impact, what can you really hope to do in this round? I don't think they can come out with a round win, all things considered.
Oh, we can see Grave drop down with the MP9. A couple of kills coming through for both of the teams. It's a 2v2. There's a kit or a couple of kits here for Third Impact to work with, but ATK, they're playing this to perfection right now. Not giving any of the fights here that Third Impact so desperately desire. Motten with only 3 points of health. Going to be able to come around the corner just in time there. Denied the defuse. He'll die to the bomb explosion, but that's okay. As he still gets the round across the line for his team. So that's a big one. ATK, they get on the board, and there's barely any cash in the bank here for either team, really. And this is going to look like both teams lost the previous round and decided to force here. Okay, maybe ATK, it's a bit better than that, but I mean, there's not even one AK in play here for ATK. There's only one M4, so it's just such a shoddy buy here for both of these teams.
Yeah, and look, that's not a good result for Third Impact. Looking back into it, you know, you got to think about, this is Nuke, man. Rounds on the T side, they're few and far between. So to get yourself started off early, to already start to, you know, put your name in the hat for the economic win, that's a pretty big victory to come away with. The first kill back in Third Impact's hands is, look, man, the MP9 so far in this game have had a huge impact. Maybe even a third one. Pushing it? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, pushing it is like a gross misunderstatement. I'm not even going to entertain that one, bruv.
I get as many of them as I want for free because of that triumphing joke yesterday.
Yeah, as if you didn't try and make 3 afterwards, right? Walker, well, he gets his first in the round. Kills continue to come through here. ATK, they're worse for wear right now, Anthran. Yes, they've been able to get onto the bomb site, but they're 2 players down right now.
Mango is the benefactor for ATK here. If he can't find anything, that's what really is going to lose them the round. But now that he's established Heaven presence, they've got to be weary. They can't come up from the ladder. Dangerous, he's going to be weary on the flank. Maybe he tries to walk up, get a cheeky deeg spam with that inaccuracy. Mango pinpulled, and that's Dangerous' chance to try and punish, capitalize. He spots plays on the back of the bomb site. 1v1s, they're being isolated, they're being taken, but third impact, they're going to come away on top. Is there time for the fuse? Yeah, plenty of it. So walking away with a third round there. And yeah, they're going to be right back on where they left off when it comes to money.
That's really problematic for ATK. I mean, they win the first gun round. Yes, they don't have an amazing set of weaponry, but they still have a superior set in comparison to third impact. But they just lose that early pick outside. Brett with that MP9 finds missed him, and then another pick comes through. ATK end up in that like awkward 5v3. Just, yeah, not ideal by any stretch, man. Kind of getting picked apart before they're actually able to get themselves any control. So the fact that third impact wins that round actually is going to set them on course for a nice start here on Nuke.
Eagles reinvested. ATK just looking to do some damage to the CT side. Dangerous spotting one out deep. No kill comes in. Just damage across the board. Brett finally going to put one in the CT's favor. Not much damage inflicted on him. And alongside it, Modem, he's got 2 health, so he's not going to be doing too much in this round. Maybe a cheeky 1D just to make me look stupid. And you know what? Why? Like, of course. Just...
Thank you, Modem. Actually, thank you. Can they find anything else here? Oh, Modem, he finds another one as well. Oh my god. Anthran, you want to count him out anymore? He got 2 HP, yes. 2 frags to his name.
I do.
Okay, yeah.
I think this one's done.
Yeah, now, you see, this is when you should have been calling it.
My bad.
There we go. Dangerous,
you know, I
would
have like, I think I would have just disconnected if he would have gotten that 1D.
Yeah, I wouldn't have blamed you. The fact that he even found 2 kills with just 2 points of health was impressive. But anyway, it's Impact, or third Impact, who have gotten off to a really solid start here. Yes, it's early days. But this is actually really, by definition, the first full gun round, isn't it?
Yeah, ATK. This is, I don't want to say proving grounds for them right now, because there's still plenty of time for them to come back on the T side if they don't convert this one. Again, walking away with like 4 or 5 rounds for the offense of this map, it's really not that bad. The only thing that worries me about it is, like, as we spoke of yesterday when we saw them playing against Triumph, it was their CT side that struggles. And like, that's the storyline for ATK across all their map pools. It's they have a very strong and volatile T side, capable as well, but when they can't get things going, when they go into the CT side with these disadvantages, how are they going to try to operate out of them? I don't think they have to worry about that right now, because it's a pretty damn decent sweep. Dominant as well, with only 1 man left remaining on the third Impact squad. Probably just going to look to find a kill, keep it limited in the rule of 3. A lot of util being disposed on Evan. They do not want to let him have any piece of the pie coming in from that avenue of the map. Either force him into mini or force him to take a save, and it looks like that second option is going to be what he considers.
Yeah, ATK just keep things really simple there, right?
That's sick.
I know, because now they're just going to keep him on the bomb side. He could actually potentially find a kill here through mouth, but Modem's already aware of it. And they will be watching him out in the fight. Modem's actually going to lose his life, so Dangerous inflicts a bit of extra economic damage. But it's a cool round that comes through from ATK. They just look to keep things really simple, man. Nothing too special whatsoever. They just, that's a set exit. It's a dry run, if you will, into that A bomb site. Flashes over the top. Everybody knows their role when they're pushed into the bomb sites as well. And they get all the frags necessary to get the control and maintain that numerical advantage. So, yeah, good work coming through from the ATK squad.
We're going to need to see more from them, though. I mean, is this a reinvestment? Of course it is. Why am I not surprised? Third Impact, 3 and 4s, MP9, Deagle. Not a lot of utility. So if ATK go for this fast A play, it could potentially catch them off guard. I don't think they have the smokes necessary to cycle it over towards the sweet door. So I don't know what I'm saying, man. Spew with BS at this point. Insane. Worked on Inferno. Gonna work on Nuke 2. Sprinting straight into Hut to find 1 kill alongside Dangerous. Third Impact. Actually walk away with a man advantage. Yeah. The only thing they lose is the Deagle.
And it's weird because it almost felt like ATK were ready for that lobby crunch to come through. Fady's gonna lose his life. Dangerous continues to do the most here in the round. It's a second kill for him. Modem, he's gonna walk out a squeaky door off the back of that. He's actually able to get a frag, but Dangerous continues to do the Lord's work. And they'll know that Mistim's in lobby as well because that flashbang comes through the squeaky door. So, third Impact, Anthran, how do they keep on doing this time and time again, man? Every single occasion where, you know, they've got one of these rounds where they've had to force up and it seems like they're about to break. That's when they just, they get another, they get this wind of energy behind them once again, man. ATK can't break them.
And now that, you know what, I'm not even gonna say now that, because like, if we keep seeing this cycle of like, you know, ATK picking up one, third impact, flip-flopping back and forth, eventually we're gonna see ATK favored in the interaction. Sure, it's just the pistols that go around this time, but third impact, let's say, you know, things don't go their way this round and ATK get a third, then you're looking at a pretty decent chance to get themselves four. And again, it's like, with all these opportunities on Nuke, I say it a lot, that like, you don't have many liberties as an offender on this map, right? It's not in your favor. Taking map control doesn't help you that much, but one liberty that you do have is the fact that, like, you don't have to string rounds together. You can pick them up pretty, like, inconvincingly. You can pick them up pretty scarcely and, you know, here and there, and it still can come out in your favor. Like, again, this is probably one of the only maps where, like, a 4-11 half isn't that bad.
Yeah, you can make it work, but what I will say is the T side of Nuke can also get away from you so quickly, right? And it can also be one of those halves that feels like you're just like beating your head against this brick wall. Because like you said, you don't have liberties. You don't get given anything free from spawn. Like every single piece of map control that you take has to be through force, through coordination, through structure, through util usage. It has to be systematic. You don't just get free control off the bat kind of thing. Fady, well, speaking of free control, he's going to be bursting straight through the smoke here. It's another aggressive upper side take coming through here from ATK. But third impact, well, they just ghost the bomb site. They're going to be playing for the retake here, Antran.
Third impact's retakes, I don't think they've been strong in this map, let alone this series, right? Inferno, I think we only saw like maybe 2 or 3 of them go their way throughout the entirety of their CT side. Not saying something considering that game went the distance and they ended up going into the half 10-5, but hey, maybe they're going to change that one around now. Molotov forces Modem into the welcoming arms of Brett's AK-47. Continues to push the picture as he finds a second 3v5. Dane from heaven. He won't be the one to do the big plays. It'll be Brett and his other teammates, apparently. There he goes, activating from the heaven flank. And I said their retakes weren't good, but, like, Caster's Curse. Hayes, I still haven't learned my lesson. It's been since day one with this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're still a youngling. One day you will learn to wield the power. Until then, well, just don't be too controversial. But
I don't think I've.
Yeah, I was gonna say, scrap that. You've got enough fire burning around you. Anthran, I just want to say, like, what a sick retake that is from third impact. And I think Brett has the most impact coming through with that backstab. If they don't have that extra player coming through from T-spawn into lobby, it's fairly one-dimensional. It's from heaven and mouth. There's util, ATK can deal with it. But because Brett gets that double kill, it just makes it so tough for ATK on the site. Now they're going to be going through the squeaky door, down the vent into the B bomb site. Brett will find another. But there should be a bomb plant at the bare minimum here for the ATK squad.
I wouldn't count him out of it just yet either. With Dane, Joris, and Walker falling, things are going to get a little heated up here. I think the bomb is planted for it, if I'm not mistaken. Mango, not a necessary kill to find. Vady gets the good trade. Opscope heard, insane.
Oh, no.
Gonna try to counter. Uh-oh, it's just gonna be a ninja defuse, man. And it's gonna be insane. Playing the bait and switch setup. The human shield, he finds the defuse. Doesn't matter that the kill comes back. ATK, don't stray from making it costly, but can't come out on top.
Man, oh man, I mean, a nice round for ATK, all things considered, but they won't be entirely content with it because there's actually a position there for them to win that round. They get themselves the numerical advantage. I love the double peek there towards ramp as well. A little bit of a 1-2 punch between Fady and Modem, I think it was. But unfortunately, it's still not enough. I love Grape's, lack of hesitation there. Just the decisive decision-making comes through. He commits to the defuse in the smoke. Works out perfectly. We're going to see the run boost. Oh, never mind. We're not going to see the run boost. He tries the walk boost, and it doesn't work.
ATK, I kind of like the switching up what they're doing here, though it's not going to be doing anything for them, right? They wanted to, try to fake out third impact, make them think they're going to be doing some outside plays here, but Brett just gets flashed into the smoke and spots out absolutely nothing. The bluff, it's been called, and Brett, how many kills is he going to be able to mount off of this? Any question mark? Missed him. Half clears it, and there's one. No damage inflicted, so he should be good for a multi-kill depending on what the remainder of the ATK force do. Drops the smoke and looks to just get the hell out of there. Not going to bounce the AK back. I mean, if he had an HE, I would have... if I were in that situation and I had an HE, I definitely would have just chucked it back, got myself the AK for free. But no, good opener for third impact, and it looks like they're going to try to explore their options towards B.
Oh, but Walker's watching this right now. He's caught between two angles. He's going to be holding hell just in time as they step around the corner. Gets the frag onto Blaze, gets himself out alive as well. ATK yet to actually find a kill here in the round, yet to find a trade. They're losing players left, right, and center. Mango and Fady, though, open up that bomb site, but Walker continues to do the most with his AWP.
3v4 retake on the cards. It's going to be planted for this vent player, Walker. He doesn't have to show head. He knows that he has a couple of players coming into the flank. Once again, no Brett. This time they're ready for it. Dangerous. Still has to go through Modem. He knows that op is coming in from the single door. Op scope heard, and he knows where the last one is. Walker in the 1 versus 1. It's planted for him. The flash comes through. Doesn't peek in just yet. Walking up both of them. We may see an optional incurred here. Taps it, but Modem's got the kill. A 3K with the 1-shot wonder weapon. ATK pick up another.
There we go. They needed that round so goddamn badly, man. I love that Modem doesn't sit back and wait, right? He doesn't wait for the bomb to be tapped. He wants to catch the player in transition. He knows that he's probably going to be pivoting onto the bomb, and that's exactly when Modem makes his move. So good decision making coming through there. ATK able to win a round back. 10 kills for Modem, 8 for Fady, so they're doing most of the heavy lifting here for ATK on the side of Third Impact. You got 12 on Brett, 11 for Walker, and I think 10 on Dangerous, so quite a few players on the double-digit side there for the Third Impact squad. But Anthran, this is the 3rd round now on Nuke, where Third Impact have had a bit of a mishmash of weapons, and it's one of those rounds where if ATK can win it, then they can start to build up a bit of a half here. So let's see if they can get the shot done. They're going to be bursting towards the save bomb site. Damage done, no kills just yet. Insane on top of the hut. He's actually going to end up going down.
What is going on? Great, how have you been alive for that long, man? Utter shenanigans on the A-bomb site. Brett tries to make a heroic play, but he just ends up looking like a fool. And now in the 2 versus 4 Third Impact, call it a day. Looks to pack up their bags and head back, maybe towards CT spawn. Scout M4. Next round's gonna be a save, though. ATK have demanded respect on the 4th.
Wow, I mean, this is their go-to, right? It feels like when ATK have one of these like really important rounds, they just want to go for the A upper side hit. And I guess that, you know, if it's something you can look to abuse and you can be successful with, then why wouldn't you just keep pulling it out the bag? By the way, I think I said Dangerous has 10 kills. He's actually got 17, so that's quite insane in 12 rounds. And he could find some more here as well.
Dane? Hello? I mean, look, man, obviously, I didn't expect too much right in the 2v4, but, like, he heard him running and went up the ladder. He's able to come away with the kill, but being traded, that's not the optimal situation for Third Impact. They'll keep in 1 weapon. It's the full save regardless, so let's see what they've got to do with the 1 AK.
Finally, ATK have been able to break Third Impact, man. Finally. It's been a long time coming. They've had a few opportunities, but they've made it happen now. Walker with the hero AK, as you say, pretty much the only man to have a chance to have an impact here in the round. And he's actually going to be heading towards Secret. This is a nice decision from him. He's going to be in the right position to potentially get something done with this gun. Or is he, actually, now that I see?
I love seeing the Zeus, man.
We got a couple, actually. Well, now we just have 1. Let's see what Walker can do, though.
Given a way to potentially come back into this round, depending on the timing that he catches. Missed him. It looks like he's ready for this peak to come in, but maybe he's not going to go for an aggressive play, right? That flashbang could force him back due to caution, but his job is just to make sure that they can't go down towards B, at least from outside. It's going to be an A crunch, and now he's going to try to activate, and there goes the other Zeus.
Yeah.
So, lame. 1v5. ATK gonna get themselves a 5th, and past this, anything's just mileage. Even if they don't pick up anything more, 10-5, decent half for ATK.
I mean, we would say that in normal standards, but I feel like for ATK, they need more than 5 rounds here on the T side. Like, as we said, their CT side left a bit to be desired against Triumph yesterday, so I think that they're going to need more than 5 here against Third Impact.
I'm actually going to pile up the CT-sided rounds they've had, and if you give me a second here.
Okay.
That actually kind of interests me.
Go do some digging.
We keep talking about ATK and them being this T-sided team, which I'm completely in agreement with, especially with how we've seen them. It's not the most optimal. They played 2 fairly CT-sided maps yesterday against Triumph. They lost both halves, 6-9 when it came to the CT side of Nuke, 7-8 when it came to CT side of Mirage. Then 5 rounds on Inferno, not a CT-sided map, but still, it's pretty 50-50. And, well, that leaves the door open to interpretation. What are we going to see? 6 plus, what did I say, 7? 6 plus 7 plus 5. Why didn't I just say 5, 6, and 7? That would have been cool and awesome, epic. But, yeah, they haven't won a single CT half, so I don't know, man.
Well, it looks like they're going to be going back to their bread and butter. And that, as you said, it's been their T-sides where they found majority of their success. So let's see if that's going to continue to be the case here. They've got Mistim, who's playing outside all by himself while his teammates are grouped up inside, and they're just going to be hitting the same bomb site. Grape, what can he get done here on top of the rafters? He's going to be good for a double kill. Not blinded up at all. This is the thing with the A hits. If you don't find those initial entries, it's going to be near impossible to even get into the bomb site itself. Baby though, oh my god, how is he been able to turn this into 1v2? What on earth? Grape dies because he jumps off of the rafters. He commits suicide. Fady nearly finds Dangerous coming up the vent as well. That would have been a 1v4 clutch for Fady. He gets so incredibly close.
Oh man. Oh, okay. We're good. We're okay. It's all fine. All set and dandy.
We good?
We good.
Oh my god. I mean, can you imagine Grape? Must be sweating after that, right?
Oh, third impact. Okay. We can relax now. Missed him. Okay, he's just going to go charging through the Molotov down to 15 HP. He goes and actually takes off the head of Brett in the process. Quick 5v4. Now third impact. They've got to rotate accordingly. Walker's limited in its impact, and then he gets none. Modem. Quick shutdown. Going to allow them entry way to the B-bomb site, though. Dangerous has gone down on the lower side of rotation, and this man's been a demon to deal with. They're like, you know what, Dangerous, I see why he's got that.
But check Grape, check Grape.
But there's still somebody sitting here. Grape. He SD'd in the last round. What is this, Smash? He's put things back to a 3v3 in this one. ATK, they have no avenues of approach in this one.
Oh my word. I can't believe it. It's a 5v3 ATK. They look like they get themselves into a really good position, but they're faltering now. What's happening? Where? Oh my god, I was going to say, Dangerous, he's got the flank coming through. He's going to take Modem down. Now it's all on Fady and Mango to pick up the pieces, but the pieces are scattered everywhere, and Fady comes through from Mouth, and he will win that gunfight out. A really important gunfight to be won. And they know that Grape was positioned towards heaven. And Dangerous, well, he's going to be coming back up the vent.
Fady, this kind of lies on him, right? If he can't find this kill, then this round's probably going to be just chalked up in the favor of third impact. Grape looking to take presence away, jiggling in. The shots actually don't come out. Very good on Fady to hold the trigger, but well, Dangerous is still going to be able to take one name, and they're rocking around each other on the rafters. Dangerous, 1v1, not the player I'd want to be facing in the scenario, but Mango comes out on top, the 1v2 clutch, and it's going to give ATK his 6th round, and
wow.
You know, all things considered, pretty okay half.
Yeah.
We need to see something we haven't seen from them on their CT side, which worries me.
That's a good point. They have to win 10 rounds on their CT side, Anthran, to close this game out. So they are going to have to display quite a lot of strength on the CT side if they're going to be standing a chance to keep themselves alive in this DreamHack Open North American closed qualifier. As for third impact, they need 7 on the T side, and they keep themselves alive. 1.5, back and forth. Third impact probably get away with more rounds than what they should have, I think. And you know, when you think of those couple rounds where they had a less than desirable set of weaponry, if ATK were able to win those few earlier in the half, then I don't think that third impact get as many as they did. So they'll probably be pretty happy with that. Dangerous, he was lights out. 22 kills in the first half coming through from him.
Yeah, and it's also worrying to think about when you see that most of the rounds that third impact convert are on the CT side of this map. So maybe not the most comfortable positions for them, but I don't know. I did want to say, though, I mentioned about, you know, the liberties earlier of the T side of Nuke, not being many of them. And I think some people fail in the mental department when it comes to Nuke because they think, well, on the CT side, you have an 8-3 lead or like an 8-2 lead. Pretty, you know, you're looking pretty favorable. CT-sided map still should get a couple more rounds. Nuke, you have to take it one round at a time. Like, that's the way to play the T side here. And as you continue to watch, you know, these teams play this T side, play this map, you'll notice that more and more, that it's not about converting rounds in multiples, you know, in successions of more than one, at least when it comes to the offense. It's just about playing your own game and, you know, just stringing around together every now and then if you need to, maybe converting one. It's stuff like that. So I like that ATK kind of have that in their back pockets for them. They don't ever really shy away from their game, right? Especially even yesterday on Nuke when they played Triumph, they just had no reason to show respect to them. Third impact, even though they take a commanding lead of what, like 8-2, 8-3, ATK still out to play their own game, their own fast-paced plays out towards A. Even when they don't work, they run it back. They change up a little thing and they just keep going and going until they get to the scoreline that's desirable, which 6-9, not too shabby. I'd say it is.
Yeah, I think they might have taken that if you offered them that at the start of the T half. They probably expect 6 as the bare minimum. I think going into the T side, do ATK, you know, as we mentioned, generally speaking, that's probably more than the average on the T side of Nuke, but with ATK being a team-specific case scenario, you probably expect them to be, yeah, I'd say 6 is probably the bare minimum for them on the T side of Nuke, you know, based on the fact that this is their strongest map as well. So, let's see how Third Impact are going to be kicking off their campaign on the T side. We got a smoke, 3 flashes, a molly, and an HE grenade. That all spells the A exec hit coming through here from the T side in the pistol round.
Good catch there, and it's going to be fast, too, alongside it. Smoke to come into mini. Who wins the first aim duel? That's the question. Could set the standard for this half. Mango takes the head off of Brett. And do they slow down off of that? No, the bomb's actually dropped into lower. It's a B hit. They've bamboozled the ATK defense, or maybe not. Beatty still looking to pick off a couple of shots with the USP in the ramp room. Flash goes up, not going to blind him. Walker plays close. Dangerous brings a kill back, and it's a 2-man setup. They're trying to isolate these fights, and they're going to win it pretty convincingly. Up to Modem and Mango, the 2 M's. Can they bring it back? It's not planted for ramp, so they're going to have to take these aim duels. They're going to have to give them the engagement, and the USPs usually win in that regard. Great picking up a headshot, though, and in the 1v2, there's nothing to say from it. Third Impact strike first on the offense.
Man, that is crazy. I actually can't stress enough how big that double kill is from Walker. The fact that Third Impact get down the vents, they lose 1 player in the process, so ATK, they're okay. They get the information. They've got the man advantage. They try and get themselves shifting in towards that retake. But when that fight comes through towards ramp, that's where the round is won and lost for either team. Like, whoever wins that fight towards ramp in the 2v2, that's the team who's going to win the pistol round. And the fact that Walker finds the double really puts the nail in the coffin. ATK are going to force back in response, but if they lose this force buy, well, they're going to be staring down the barrel of a 12-6 scoreline.
We said coming into this, we were worried about ATK CT side. I'm not going to make too many inferences considering, you know, it's an unlucky loss on the pistol round. Comes off the back of a couple of multi-kills. Big frags coming in from Third Impact. Actually kind of the same thing we saw on their T side of Inferno in that pistol, where ATK wheel a man advantage for most of the round until Brett goes off, gets a 2K on the Glock to put it into a 1v1. So, I mean, not something we haven't seen before, but still, as we said, not the optimal start for ATK forcing back up here. They're putting a lot on the line, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, right? Sure, you wouldn't be able to get that great of a buy even if you were to take the full save here. I think you have better chances going into the next round against pretty much just SMGs and weakened rifles, because Third Impact, surely, they wouldn't, like, if it's a full USP buy from ATK or their full USP save, Third Impact aren't going to just force up guns because why the hell not? You know, they treat it as a bonus, so that's something to consider. Dangerous already picks off maybe 5 versus 4 with not a lot of damage inflicted, if any at all. Walker adds to the tally, and now a 3 versus 5 looks to go the way of TI.
Actually, oh, okay, I was going to say it's a really nice round so far from Third Impact, but the tables kind of turn ever so slightly. At least they're able to drop down the vents into the B bomb site. That's courtesy of Insane. He went down the vents a bit earlier. Grape, now he is the troll under the bridge, or should I say the troll in the vents, who is locking it down and ensuring that ATK can't play any further parts in this round. And I actually really like that from Third... What's that?
You do a little bit of trolling.
I do like that approach from Third Impact though, and they get Insane down the vents, and they don't commit. They still just kind of pause, right? They still just hold. They wait for ATK to respond. You know, Fady actually starts pushing forward through from ramp. He feels compelled to make a play after the player drop down vent, and then he gets punished by Dangerous. And then Walker's able to get a kill as well, I think it was. So, yeah, nice round coming through from Third Impact there. I think that was actually some really good mid-round decision-making from them. Going down the vent and in the end committing to the B site.
Going B wasn't even their intended plan.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
After they get those 2 kills, you see Walker looking to try to work a pick on A, and the only reason they dip down the vents is because a couple of kills don't go their way. So, yeah, they just have everything on the board for them, something you don't usually see in the T's favor. But now ATK, I mean, they got a couple of decent weapons to roll with in this eco round. Modem picked up one on the scout last round. If he can repeat that success, then, you know, ATK potentially find a chance here. Mac 10, Deagle, P250, then a Zeus on Mango.
And it doesn't look like Third Impact are going to be wasting any time or asking any questions. They just charge straight from the squeaky door, straight in towards the safe bomb site. Nobody on the opposite side to welcome him. Liston pushes through the smoke, but he ends up losing his life, as does Blaze. And it's a cleanup coming through here from Third Impact, or is it somehow? Mango's been able to find 2 kills. There's a push-up coming through the smoke, but Fady, unfortunately, barely has, or the pistol that he's got to work with betrays him. And so he can't find any kills, and Mango, well, even though he's got the AK, he's going to get found out. Walker takes him down. 12-6 is the scoreline. Third Impact get themselves a commanding lead here on Nuke. And now heading into this next gun round, it's the be-all and end-all for ATK.
Yeah, this is a very early time for us to say it's a make or break round, but it really is. ATK don't convert here. They're not getting another buy-in till 14-6. And at that point, I wouldn't even it's not even in the back of my mind that ATK make the comeback, right? You're adding so many just debuffs onto them. The fact that their CT sides haven't looked that great. Shots aren't being converted by players, well, who usually show up on the server. Fady and Mistim, I feel like they've been uncharacteristically quiet. Third Impact, they're on a roll right now with some pretty strong T-side aggression. And then past that, right, even if ATK mounts something, one mistake is all it takes for it to be huge. Like, you're down 14-6 at that point. You make one mistake, get like 14-9. Now it's a guaranteed overtime. You can't convert in regulation. Past that mentality, not the greatest. So, huge round to come in here.
Absolutely. What's the approach going to be from Third Impact? It's actually Blaze who's been able to open up onto Insane with that XM. But Walker, on the narrowest of angles, he finds Fady. That's such a big pick. Walker now going to be assuming the angle in towards Hell. He's found Modem as well. Oh my god. Walker doing the most right now for his team, but missed him. The IGL, the player who you mentioned, has been slightly quiet. Will at least get a frag back. But the B-bomb side, it's completely up for the taking right now, Anthran.
Honestly, stupid question. Did they go for this retake? Like, sure, 3v3, but like, any more kills come in for Third Impact, and like, it's extremely costly. Their money is still in their favor, regardless of if they win or lose this. One more kill is all they've got to find to make this super impactful for them. And they've even spotted out a man in the ramp room. They know what everybody is. The footsteps heard in control. This should just be done and dusted. Dangerous to lock it in. They all come sprinting into the window. Mango, Blaze, both accounted for. Grape gonna catch one as they don't clear out the close cubby, and now it's up to Blaze in the 1v2. He's got 7 kills to his name, one being on that XM10. And even though he finds this frag, maybe even picks up the second.
Oh, no.
It's just too far, too late. 2 gone, pulls out the knife. Utter chaos coming, and he finds the headshot, but no dice. Third Impact on 13.
Oh my god, it's just too chaotic there. Blaze can't really find his composure in that situation. They knew that Grape was in towards the dark cubby, but they weren't able to actually feed that information through quickly enough. Not sure, maybe it was just too chaotic or whatever happened, but regardless, Third Impact will be the team to pick up the round. And that's going to be a 13th, Anthran. That's not the final nail, but it's definitely a nail in the coffin, man. And ATK, well, they're still alive. They're kicking and screaming inside, but Third Impact don't care. They're still burying them alive. Anthran, did you know a long time ago, when they used to bury people, they would actually put a string and a bell attached to their coffin so that if the person was still alive, they'd be able to ring the bell from below the ground. ATK, they're ringing the bell right now, and missed him. Well, he's showing that they still have signs of life left in them here yet.
He grabs the shovel, trying to take them back out from the grave, but Walker slaps out of his
no.
hand, pulls them away from the grave, and now it's a 3 versus 3. Modem brings one back, still trying to ring that bell, hoping that somebody in the distance looks to come and dig them out of this one. But again, lower bomb site. It's already been taken by Third Impact, and if the bomb goes down, you might as well just like count this one out, right? The retake wasn't that great last round. They found all the kills with the timer ticking. Blaze the only man with a kit. I believe he's the furthest from the bomb site right now. Yeah, moving in from the ramp room, and now every second that ticks away makes this one less and less likely to actually happen. Great, picks up another 2v4. Modem, get the hell out of there, man. You need that op into the next. You can't afford to drop these kills. You can't afford to go for this. Walker, no chance for this TC or CT side to come back. Blaze picks one back, a consolation prize, as Third Impact win the force buy up from ATK. 14-6. Now, they could go in for the reinvestment, but you're missing the op, which is always found a kill. You're missing rifles. You're missing util. Look, it's a bad situation regardless. You either force up here, put it all on the line, or you save, get the op in the next, and try to make a 9-round comeback on a CT side that has so far had nothing for it.
I do know that would be my choice. I mean, I know it seems drastic. I know it does, but I still think it's a better option to take the eco here. I mean, what's really the difference between 14-6 and 15-6 at the end of the day, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's not like it makes a huge difference if they just tank that extra round to afford the full buy, but this is a disaster for ATK in the lower bracket matchup. There were significant favorites coming into this, but they have not put that form up. And I'm going based off the bookies here. Obviously, general perception can be a different consensus altogether. But based on the bookies, ATK, they were the favorites, but they certainly haven't shown that form. and they're going to have to make a huge comeback. We're going to see the lobby crunch coming through from them right now, but look at Third Impact. They're poised to deal with this, man. They're ready. They're waiting. They're willing. They're able.
Insane. He's going to be the one to try to take first contact. And he drops the bomb over to Walker. Smart play from him. Can he find the kill onto Mango, who's already pushed all the way up in hot? No, he can't. For 1D. And a good start from ATK. All things considered. But past that, it's going to be Third Impact starting to find kills and adding up the damage. 4v4. Blaze low. Mango, 21 HP. Missed him and Modem. This is going to fall onto their shoulders.
Oh, Blaze. Is that going to spread? Is the money going to spread? Is it going to tick him down once? No, he's actually going to be fine. So he maintains his position. There are these deagles in play, keep in mind. So, you know, maybe there's a scenario where they can find a quick couple kills, but nah. Grape, he is absolutely woke right now, not missing a beat. Brett finds a kill as well. Third Impact, they're just marching on here on Inferno and Thran. My god, what a dominant run this has been from them on the T side. They're actually yet to drop around here, mate.
And is that going to be the tail for this entire offensive Nuke? They came in with a 9-6 lead, sure. We said maybe the pistol. Was that something of note for ATK? I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt, but again, they have still just come up short in every single round. Modem sees an AK and licks his lips as he looks to bring it into the next round. Drop it over to one of his teammates, give an AWP to his own hands. Actually, that's probably going to go to Blaze, with him being the lowest economy player, the CT side.
I mean,
but yeah, no, Third Impact, man. This is just a different demon we're seeing right now.
Yeah. It's not even like they're doing anything particularly special on this T side, right? I mean, have they actually even gone outside once with numbers? We haven't seen like the wall of smokes outside, playing into secret, wrapping outside. Like they're constantly just sitting lobby, they're sitting hut, they're sitting towards ramp, they're defaulting passively, they're holding the angles, they're finding picks, and then they're making mid-round decisions, right? And ATK just aren't able to contain them as of yet. And now they need to win 9 consecutive rounds just to take this into overtime. Look at Dangerous. He's got 27 frags.
Yeah, he is really just been an absolute dark horse for this Third Impact offense, defense, whatever side of the coin. He has been absolutely killing it. In the 22nd round, stat line like that, that's pretty goddamn impressive. What's the play here? Now it looks like ATK have one man to try to pressure outside. Third Impact. For a second, I thought they were going to try something quickly in towards ramp, and that honestly wouldn't even be that bad of an idea. Fady with an AK is the only man to defend, and all they're waiting for is this smoke to fade away.
Yeah, it does actually look like they might still be trying to overwhelm here. Fady with that HE grenade going to do a significant chunk of damage as it does hit the mark. But it's not going to be completely disparaging Third Impact here. You can see ATK, they recognize the magnitude of the situation, right? Like, look at the way that they're postured right now. Not making any unnecessary moves. Sitting and waiting. Speaking of waiting, yeah, Fady, you can't afford to step into this angle. That would be ill-disciplined.
Okay. Walker's left. He's vacated the premises, and Fady spots it out. Now, they can be comfortable in the A stack that they've got going on here, and even if this fails, they've got Mango to come in quickly behind them. Fady wouldn't be too far away in the ramp room. What's this Smoke Walker looking to line up? It was interesting. It looked like he had something getting ready to go there. And as that smoke fades on the single door, Molly's smoke, everything, all this exec comes out. But how is it going to fare? Missed up, picks up the first as Brett comes sprinting out. Great trade. Still more to find on the A bomb site, but Modem is off. It rains it out for at least one. They drop into the bomb site, still trying to defend from 4. Flashes are good. Trades come back. 1v2 for Dangerous. Top fragger for Third Impact. He knows he fell. He knows what these players are, but Modem's going to pick them off one by one. 2 kills for him. And ATK, well, they don't come up entirely short on this CT side. Some late found success, maybe even ill-willed, but still 8 chances for Third Impact to close out this series.
Oh man, ATK finally able to find some life here on the CT side, man. I mean, they just did the, you know, the most basic setup there, not taking any fights, not getting aggressive, not giving Third Impact any chance to try and find some damage before they exec. And ATK have the numbers to set up the defense once that hit does come through. Now it's going to be an eco from the T side. It's a hero AK for Walker, but maybe that's going to be igniting the defense here for ATK.
Yeah, it's something that potentially is starting to blossom, right, with that opening round. Again, they still need to find a lot more, and there's a man in sequence 1, unclear, defined 1. Walker still able to get all the way deep in CT spawn. The footsteps, if they've been heard by Modem, looks like not. No. He can have a huge play here. Modem, he pulled out, can't find the frag, so all things considered, good trade from Walker. Now picking up his weapon of choice, the AWP, that being scopes in, and now there's 2 CT to try and encounter on this position. Yeah, he won't be able to do anything here. The Tech 9 of Dangerous picks up another kill, but Now, I don't think there's too much more left to it. Maybe he converts one more kill, and that makes it super costly for the CT side, but no, they're able to take care of him. I mean, only one bullet needed to be put into him to find that round. ATK, 8-15, still trying to crawl this one back, but it looks like they've already fallen down the biggest hole I've ever seen.
Really big round there from the captain, and IGL missed him. He gets himself a quad kill there, playing from Secret, having a lot of impact, not only with the frags, but also just taking the heat off of his teammates. And you saw that position that Walker was able to get into with that hero AK, but unfortunately he couldn't capitalize on it because of the Mistim's heroics. So good work coming through there. 15-8. It's going to be another eco for third impact.
Yeah, they don't want to just continuously throw force buys into the equipment. No,
Your name's
man,
Walker, not Faller.
No.
It's Walker, not Fallen.
Oh, come on, buddy. Think you're funny?
Listen, it's better than your jokes you've been making, Antran.
Are you sure?
I am actually. I'm pretty sure.
All right, I like the confidence.
15-9. This is going to be the first real test for ATK, because past couple rounds it's just been pistols, right, for third impact. Now they're gonna have the full complement of weapons.
Still, man, it's such a dire spot to be in. Like, even if ATK end up looking better in the outcome of the CT side, if they end up finding their first CT sided win of the tournament, it's not gonna be enough. Like we said earlier, one misfortunate round and this is done. Like, ATK are literally out 0-2. DreamHack not on the cards. The dream is dead.
What I will say is, like, if they just take this round by round, there is a world in which they can take this to overtime. Like, the job's not done yet. We've spoken about how the T side of Nuke can be punishing. You've got a lack of options, and maybe ATK can starve third impact. Grape, is he going to be ahead of that smoke? He is. He's going to try and make a play here. The flash comes through. Fade's been blinded up. Grape is making his way forward. This is ramp control that's now been secured for third impact. So this is actually some nice control for them to play off. Oh my god, Grape, he goes straight to the smoke. He's caught Modem off guard. No fear at Grape whatsoever. He finds a kill, but speaking of fruits, Mango is able to get one back as well. Brett, he's down the veins. I didn't even realize. He's also being flanked here from Mistim as well, though. So much going on right now, Anthran. Fade's lost his life. There's even another flank coming through from Blaze towards ramp. There's so many layers to this round right now.
Brett, he's got the perfect way to counter this entire retake. I mean, they don't know that he's in the vents. Mistim picks up to heroic side, coming out from ATK, but it's not going to be enough. 1 versus 2. Blaze, DreamHack on the line. Picks up 1. 73 HP. It's equal across the board. Brett, it's planted for him in control. Spots him out. Gets a couple of tags. Not going to find the kill just yet. Still trying to make his name known. Blaze, not on the bomb. Brett doesn't have that info just yet. Continuously taps the bomb. Knows that he's not on it. Continues to fade out the present. Blaze spams in, but it's just the timer being run down. Brett's playing with him. Toying with his food as he dips back up into the control room. This time he's sticking it though. Oh my god, he's got to stop him. Okay, it was a bit close, but third impact. The test of time goes out in their favor. 16-9. It's a 2-0.